I get it.
Belts on and get ready for the ride.
Oh, I hate him with the fire of 1,000 suns.
So
I lived through Rich Kotite, Adam Gase, Robert Saleh, who actually like Rob, but I've lived through a lot of Jet coaches. I've never hated one the way I hate Eric Glenn.
So he's not the guy.
Is he the guy to do a goofy little dance on the sideline? And sure.
Yeah.
Is he a coach in this league? Oh, good Lord, no. Oh, good Lord, no. No, he's terrible. Our call-in lines are open, 864-240-5480. Once again, that's 864-240-5480. And we got a lot to talk about tonight.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking, do the Carolina Panthers have a chance to win? We made the dance.
Anything could happen.
All you got to do is make the dance, and then anything can happen from there.
Right.
Also, tonight, we're talking Mike Tomlin, John Harbaugh. Is it time to move on from both of them? They came in the league together.
Did they really? I didn't realize that.
Within a year of each other. They're the two longest tenured coaches in the NFL. And I'll be honest with you, if you told me right now they both got fired this offseason, I don't care. I don't care if the Steelers go on a run the playoffs. I don't care. As a defensive coach, you cannot have two full-on bailout, oh, my God, where did the safety go, in the same play or in the same game. Also, can we stop with Jalen Ramsey is good at football? I don't know where that myth comes from.
Right.
I'm a Florida State guy. I remember when he was good.
Yeah.
I don't know who this is, but he has killed the real Jalen Ramsey, or he has aged like a dairy product. I don't know which one.
I will say he's better than Minka. My problem with Minka, when Minka got traded, and everybody's like, oh, you traded away Minka, he's a Pro Bowler. The only highlights that they showed from Minka on TV when they were talking about this whole trade going down were from 2 years ago. Minka has done nothing in the past 2 years. So I was like, anything I feel like could be better or a step up from what we had. I like what Jalen Ramsey has done. There's still a lot to be desired there in that secondary, though. It is astronomically bad. Anytime there's a third down with the Steelers, I can pretty much bet, I don't care if it's 3rd and 94. They're going to convert.
They're going to give it up. I've had some Jet teams like that. Oh, look, we did everything right on the first 2 downs. How are we going to boo-boo this? It actually gets fun of which one of you is going to let me down now.
Yes.
Because I know it's one of you.
Or we get a stop, Joey Porter gets called in the hold.
You do hold a lot.
Yeah.
Also, Joey Porter, that's another one of those players. Are we good? I think we're good on that. He's good.
I like Joey Porter. I'm a bit of a homer, though, so I don't know if that counts.
Fine. I'm sure we could, go have a cold adult beverage and be just fine. I just don't want him covering anybody. I need to stop for the furtherance of my job. Other topic I want to talk about tonight, college football playoff.
Yeah.
Is it a positive or a negative that we have that we have all non-traditional powers? We have none of the blue bloods. You got Indiana, you got Oregon, you got Miami, you got Ole Miss. Ole Miss with Pete Golding. This would not surprise me at all if it was Lane Kiffin. It stuns me with Pete Golding.
Yeah.
And that leads me to the first hot take of the evening. We do this every week. 5 hottest takes of the week. The first one, Kirk Cignetti's the best coach in college football today, and it's not really all that close. Let me ask you a question. If we allowed trades in college football, the transfer portal's open, we got a lot of guys trading spots, we got guys that are getting big dollars, specifically from Texas, Texas Tech to be specific.
Oh, yeah.
If Georgia called Indiana right now and said, you can have Kirby Smart and we get Kirk Cignetti, would they say yes? Because I claim they wouldn't.
That's interesting.
Cignetti's older.
Yeah.
But in terms of what we're doing right now, commitment to the program, how ingrained he is with Indiana, I think they'd say no. I think Indiana believes and knows this is the best X's and O's, finder of Jimmys and Joes in all of college football.
I think you have to. I mean, look at what Indiana has been historically and now what they are under Cignetti. I'm not going to give that up. I don't care who it is that's walking in that door. And even to the point of, you can go, oh, well, what if it's like an NFL coach? And I don't even know that I'd go down that path because I look at Bill Belichick and I'm like, well, that's not really working out there in North Carolina.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'd give it up.
For those of you
winning.
that care, Gio Lopez also entering the transfer portal. So it'll be a sweet Billy Edwards Jr. next year for Bill Belichick.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. It's a tough time. It's a tough time. We want to talk about your topics tonight. Call in line, like I said, 864-240-5480, or you can hit us on the text line, 864-777-9593. We're all set in the NFL playoffs. We have 14 teams. The draft order's set.
Yes.
Trey, this is your first Draftmas.
Oh, it is, yes.
For those of you that are new to me, I celebrate Christmas for 5 months. We get Christian Christmas, which is December, and then January 1st rolls around, or whatever day the regular season ends, today.
Yeah.
And we get Draftmas.
Oh,
and we put
Draftmas.
up a tree in the studio, and we put the tinsel on it. We have prospects and scouting reports, all the things on the tree, because it's Draftmas. My first mock will be out tomorrow.
Okay.
Everybody else is doing it, so you know what? The draft nerd might as well do it too.
'Tis the season.
I wanted to wait a day just solely so I could sit back, digest everything I saw from other people and go, nope, that's dumb. That's a dumb thing you said. And I've done that a lot today.
Yeah. Huh.
18 teams in the NFL. Season's over. All we can look to is the Caleb Downs, the Reuben Bain. That's all you got.
Yeah.
Arvell Reese. I'm looking really forward to arguing about these Ohio State prospects for the next 4 months.
Yeah.
None of them are as good as you think. And if you don't believe me, go back and watch that Miami tape. Or call Michael Irvin. He'll tell you himself.
Right.
He may have come down from whatever he was on New Year's Eve.
Right.
I don't know what that dude was taking, but that's an energy that doesn't – I don't think that comes from a Monster Energy drink.
No, I don't think so.
There. Dude was lit, as the kids say.
Ah, yes.
I feel sad. John Ellis, Big Cat John Ellis, passed me in the hall as we were coming in here. His Panthers are in the playoffs.
They are, yeah.
Your Steelers are in the playoffs.
They are, yeah.
I don't even have the number one pick. I'm not even on the clock. I'm just sitting
fair,
here in the sludgery.
Just sad.
How many times do we pick a quarterback at 2, and invariably we get it wrong? Also, I'm having to watch Trevor Lawrence cut through the NFL like a hot knife through butter after my team should have had him, but we needed one of those culture wins that we were talking about a couple weeks ago. Have our first call of the night. Trey, throw us the caller. Caller, who is this?
Good evening, y'all. Jeremy, this is Rocky.
Hey, Rocky.
Hey, Rocky.
Happy New Year, Rocky.
Happy New Year. You just mentioned it, so I thought I'd call you, brought it up because you're going to talk about it. Is it a positive or a negative that the teams that we have are not the blue bloods? I'm doing air quotes. There's a time there it was just like Clemson and Georgia and Ohio State and Alabama, and throw in one here or there that's going to, get their butts handed to them. I do think it's a positive, and look, man, I'm up in age now, and I've taken my old school thoughts and traditionalists, and I've thrown them in the dumpster because I know NIL is here to stay, and it's NIL, but I'm talking more about the transfer portal. Sorry, transfer portal is here, and I think it's here to stay, and you've got these teams that are. I think it's a positive to see some new teams in there, and if they're able to take advantage of the portal and get more experienced players in versus the traditionalists, and hey, we're going to take high school players and we're going to develop them.
Rocky, I agree with you in large part. I think my take might be a little bit different, and I appreciate what you said there with the old school teams. I think having one would probably have helped. I just don't know who you take out, because I don't know how you can tell this story and have it be as incredibly gripping as it is right now. We've got 2 semifinal games this weekend, one of which I'll be at, Peach Bowl in Atlanta. Both of these games are field goal spreads. I can't remember a time that we've gotten down to this 4 that I wasn't looking at one of these teams going, oh, you are going to get just kettlebelled.
Yeah.
But we have that here.
Isn't that a good thing, Jeremy?
I believe it is. I think it is.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I don't gamble, but you go into a game that okay, this team's a 10-point underdog or whatever, double-digit underdog. I just think new it's refreshing to me, I guess is what I'm saying, and I'm looking forward to these these last games, the Final Four and then the championship game, and I do think that Ole Miss is a legitimate threat. Indiana's the best team in college football. There's no doubt. Kurt Cignetti is the best coach in college football, no doubt. And I just think it's nice to see, especially because I played college ball and I love the college kids, and I just think that for these new guys, these young men to have an opportunity to do this and to get an opportunity to play for a national championship when you never would have thought they would be, I just think it's good. So I think it's good for college football. That's what I think. Now, we may differ on the reasons, but I think it's good for college football.
Rocky, we appreciate the call, as always. I want to get into what Rocky said there. We got to take a commercial break. But I think Rocky had some good points there. And I agree with everything he said.
Yeah.
But there's one thing he didn't say that's why I think this is so unbelievably good for college football. This is Overtime on Fox Sports Upstate 104.9 FM, brought to you by Ingles Markets. As always, he's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene, and we'll be back right after this.
Run a business and not thinking about podcasting? Think again. More Americans listen to podcasts than ad-supported streaming music from Spotify and Pandora. And as the #1 podcaster, iHeart's twice as large as the next two combined. So whatever your customers are into, true crime, sports, comedy, culture, they'll hear your message. Plus, only iHeart can extend your message to audiences across broadcast radio. And all this reach means everything. Just think about the universal marketing formula. The number of consumers who hear your message times the response rate equals the results. Now let's get those results growing for you. Think podcasting can help your business? Think iHeart. Streaming, radio, and podcasting. Let us show you at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com. Or call 844-844-iHeart. One more time, call 844-844-iHeart and get podcasting working for you.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to 60%, plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
iHeartRadio goes one-on-one with Mike from REM on collaborating with John Paul Jones on Automatic for the People.
Well, it's really great. Being a Led Zeppelin fan and having seen them when I was 14 years old, he was the guy that kind of did the strings and did all the kind of harmony stuff. And, he walked in and he was the man. It was just really impressive. It was some great work. And it was funny, we were working in a studio in Atlanta that was kind of a hip-hop studio. And none of them really cared who REM were. But the second that John Paul Jones got in there, every single one of the hip-hop guys came in and like, hey, man, those Zeppelin records, they're great. And we're like, but we're from Atlanta and Athens. No one knows us. But they knew who JPJ was.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more from your favorite artists.
Some say he only needs one name.
Colin was fascinating today.
Others may feel he needs both. But if you ask him, you may just get this. It's Colin Cowherd, and you can listen to The Herd.
That's a really cool program.
Weekdays at noon on Fox Sports Upstate. He's here.
Really?
He's there.
Cowherd's brutal.
He's everywhere.
Hey, Colin, love the show.
Thanks.
He's Colin Cowherd.
He's on a absolute tear. He's different, and it works.
You know, it's not often in music that you can just go, a perfect song was written. That is one of the only times ever. It's perfect.
Keep that on deck for you.
It's perfect. It does make me feel more like home just to hear Creed here in the Ingles studio. 104.9 FM Fox Sports Upstate. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. This is Overtime, brought to you by Ingles Markets. Speaking of Ingles Markets, Fuel Friday this Friday, January 9th. 4 fuel points for every dollar you spend.
That's pretty good.
Real savings for your travels. Now that, you know, we're all back to work. You got to go back to work.
Right.
Everybody had to wake up this morning. Everybody's been a little grouchy.
Oh, yeah.
I was a little grouchy because I didn't want to wake up. But one way to take the grouch out of your life, go get your groceries at Ingles Markets. Find them online at ingles-markets.com. Ingles Markets, low prices, love the savings. Before the break, we were talking about the college football playoff.
Right.
We have 4 teams, and I'm almost remiss to even say these are non-traditional powers. I mean, Miami was the power of the 80s.
Like 80s, yeah.
And then they were fine. They were good in the 90s. Had a nice run in the early 2000s, and then they fell off the planet for 20 years. Oregon has been right here for 15 years.
They were just in it last year.
I just said Chip Kelly.
Right.
And they've been right here. Indiana, that one's new.
Yeah.
That one's a little, that one's strange.
Yeah.
Ole Miss, they've been around, but Lane never could quite get them. I will say, if Ole Miss wins a national championship, this will be the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I will never let Lane live it down forever. And he'll probably never talk to me again. Of how'd they win a national title as soon as you left?
Right, yeah.
That's a weird thing you did. Here's why I think this is so good for college football. We all know there's money in this sport.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that there are probably 50 schools that have big-time boosters that are willing to spend big boy money to make their rosters into a national title contender.
Right.
You know what Indiana tells them? That could be me. If you're at Purdue or if you're at, I don't want to go Northwestern. They don't have, I mean, they're in Chicago, so I guess that does count. But if you're at one of these schools that's never really been good at football, but you have boosters, you got the money, I can pay my way into that. I got to get the right coach.
Mm-hmm.
I got to really work to find a quarterback because there's not enough quarterbacks for how many teams there are out there. Speaking of that, Texas Tech, go ahead and tell you, they're going to be real good next year, and they're not going to be completely unable to score because they got the best quarterback out of the transfer portal. Every high level, especially the P4, even some of the higher level G6, G5, however you want to constitute that, they're looking around going, if we open up the pocketbooks and we start fundraising, and yes, I know that the objection that people are going to give is, well, now we're turning the sport into a fundraiser. It's always been a fundraiser.
Right.
You know what the difference is? Now it's out in front of you.
Right.
Now it's hitting you in the face instead of us dropping McDonald's bags on somebody's front step. Now it's not up and up, but there's at least a modicum of it's out in the public.
Right.
I know Brandon Sorsby got a ton of money from Texas Tech. I know Josh Hoover got a ton of money from Indiana. You have to pay to play.
Yes.
But for the first time in my lifetime, you can look around at a Colorado, at a Utah, at a Houston. You got a shot. You're going to have to pony up, and you're going to have to figure out where this money's coming from.
Right.
And you're going to have to hire the right coach.
Mm-hmm.
But you can get a seat at this table. It wasn't that way 10 years ago. In the BCS era, there was no, you're going to get a seat at the table. No, we knew exactly what it was going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be an SEC champion. It's going to be a Big Ten champion. Every once in a while, a Florida State or somebody like that slides in. There's no chance for these other schools. I actually think this has been an inadvertent pro of the transfer portal and NIL. I thought it would completely dilute the product. And you would get the Ohio States, the Michigans, the Alabamas, the Georgias that are at the top of the top of the mountain, and nobody else can compete with them. As soon as you made this a monetary thing, which everybody told me, oh, I want the kids to be able to profit, because that's what you told me for all these years.
Yeah.
This is about the kids being able to make money off their name, image, and likeness and what they're doing for these institutions because they're basically employees of the school. Okay, you told me that for years. Now you don't like it because the haves have and the have-nots don't.
Uh-huh.
We gave you what you wanted, and we had this unintended consequence of there's a lot of schools around here that have deeper pockets than you thought. I don't think a lot of people were looking at Texas Tech going, that's going to be one that buys their way in. Didn't go so hot this year, but I won't be shocked if they're right there next year.
Right.
Won't shock me in the least. Outside of 2 years with Mike Leach, that program's been largely irrelevant, and they had Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes, and a slew of other pretty talented players. They never sniffed this.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't get that many players. Now you can. Now you can. It's a haves and have-nots. In our YouTube chat, you can find us on YouTube at The Sportsocracy. Stephen Tao, longtime listener of the show, asked, why is it good for football, but it's not good in March Madness? What he was referring to is non-traditional powers. Why am I good? Because I think one of the most overrated things that fans say is we want to see Cinderella in the dance. No, you don't. You want to see Cinderella for that first weekend.
Right. Yes.
Because there's a slew of games, and you want to see the Furman or the East Tennessee
fun,
State
it's special.
or whoever it is. You want to see them make that upset. Yeah, you want to see them actually pull off the upset, the buzzer beater.
Right.
Because that's fun. That first weekend's really fun.
Wasn't it a few years ago that we had like a Final Four where it was like all no blue bloods, and people like hate it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what tells me the story there? It's the lowest rated Final Four ever.
Right. That's
we
what
also
it was.
had
Yeah.
VCU. We had George Mason. We had a handful of others. The difference is that the way it's currently constituted in college football, you have a team like Indiana that doesn't have blue chip prospects, but they've developed them out because so many of these guys played for Signetti at James Madison. He's developed a guy like an Elijah Surratt that's going to be a day 2 pick in the NFL draft.
Right.
That guy was I want to say he was either a 0 or 1-star recruit. He was a nobody. Signetti found him. That team can compete at the highest level. George Mason trots out there against Duke or North Carolina or Kansas. I know they have no shot.
Yeah.
Oh, they pulled an upset. Well, they're going to get God eventually.
Yeah.
I'm looking at 4 teams here in college football that are not traditional powers. I don't even have a favorite. If you told me right now I had to put money on one of these teams that is currently left in the college football playoff to win it all, I'm not even sure I could tell you which one I would go with. I would probably lean Indiana. I do not love Fernando Mendoza as much as other people do.
Yeah.
I think there's some flaws in that game that I believe are going to be exposed at some point. I don't know if it'll be against Oregon. I don't even know if it'll be in this playoff or when he gets to the Raiders and may get killed on national television. But I think there are flaws there.
Yeah.
If I had to pick one, that's probably who it is, but I'm not positive. I'm not dogmatic about it. I could see any of these 4. Undeniably, I could see any of these 4 winning this thing out, and it wouldn't shock me in the least. Right now in Vegas, we have 4 teams left in this playoff. Indiana's plus 130.
Okay.
If you don't know what that means, it means if you wager $100, you make $130.
Oh, okay.
If it's plus, that's what you make on $100. If it's minus, that's what you have to wager to make $100.
Okay.
Miami's plus 310, Oregon's plus 320, Ole Miss is plus 600. For a point of reference, in the NFL before the season, no division had 4 teams that were within plus 600 to win the division. None of them.
Oh, wow.
Not the AFC West, not the NFC North, none of them. This is as balanced as you could ever want. So now this, to me, is where we're going to see rubber meet the road. Do you want to see the best 4 teams, which I think these are the 4 best teams in America? Yeah. I always thought Alabama was flawed. I thought Georgia was flawed the entire year. I screamed from the mountaintops to anybody that would listen, this Ohio State team is not as good as you think they are. I know they've got high-level draft prospects. I know they got names you know. Julian Sayin has not taken a risk in 3 months.
Right.
And eventually he's going to have to do it, and I'm not sure he's going to be able to. And that's exactly what played out against Miami. Miami was fast. Miami hit hard.
Oh, yeah.
But this is where the rubber will meet the road. We're going to get TV ratings on this, and it's going to tell us once and for all. Do you want to see the best 4 teams, or do you want to see the names you know, or what I think it is, do you want to see your team? I think that's where this gets skewed.
Yeah.
Ohio State has a lot of fans, more than probably any school in America, if I had to wager. Alabama gets cut up between Alabama and Auburn. There's a lot of those in the South. You don't really have that with Ohio. If you're from that area, you're a buck nut, as they call themselves, which is insane. If they're not in it, I think Ohio State fans are still watching.
Yeah.
It might be through gritted teeth going, oh, I hate Miami, and I hope Ole Miss beats them by 1,000.
I want to see them lose.
But I think you're still going to watch it. Conversely, if you're a Michigan fan and Ohio State's in it, I don't think you're watching that.
No.
So I think you're going to, and I've said this all day, I think you're going to see numbers in this college football playoff when the TV number comes out that might surprise you. Because I think they're going to be higher than the vast majority of you do. Text line is open, as it always is. If you want to get in touch with us that way, it's 864-777-9593. We got a handful of those to read. First one from our buddy Tristan, all the way from Indianapolis. Non-sports related, but I'm watching the show in the bedroom. Comes on. My wife wanted to know when Jeremy got Jack Black on the show. You have been called a lot of things.
I'm used to it.
You know, it's funny. It's whoever's on the opposite side of me. Usually it's Tank.
Yeah.
Tank just gets skewered on YouTube for any time he wears something. If he changes his, because he's got the little wispy, goatee. Yeah, it's the exact opposite of what you and I have. If he even changes that a little, he just gets annihilated. And now it's deferred to you.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
You take it like a champ. And
my favorite is the Office Space. That one popped me.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
the neighbor from Office Space. That was good.
Hey man, it's on Channel 9. Another one in the text box. Does Milton Williams' return make you rethink a Pats deep playoff run chances? Don't have a name on that one. It's not that I don't think New England can make a run, because I absolutely do.
Yeah.
I mean, if you told me that New England, I think they drew the best matchup on the board with the Chargers. I mean, outside of Pittsburgh, which they're a division winner, so you couldn't get them.
Right.
I think you got the best matchup on the board there. As the two, you will get the best remaining team, which means it could, if seeds hold, then Pittsburgh would wind up with Denver.
Yeah.
And New England would get Jacksonville, which, by the way, just saying that out loud, that felt. Am I sure? Are we sure that's a playoff bracket? Because that didn't feel right. It's not that I don't think they can make a playoff run. And I love how this set out for them. First-time quarterback in the playoffs tends to not go great.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around going, I got Aaron Rodgers, obviously. I got Bo Nix. I got C.J. Stroud, Trevor Lawrence, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert.
Right.
I got 6 guys that have all been here before, at least once. I think that's going to come back to bite you at some point. I could be totally wrong. I think New England and Seattle right now look like the 2 best teams in the league.
Oh, they look great.
Seattle looks like a supernova that I don't know how any of you are going to score on them. But I'm not saying New England can't make a run.
Right.
I would say them being healthy does increase the chances of that. I would have liked New England. This is going to sound strange because it's a young team that's reasonably healthy. I would have liked New England better as the 1. And it doesn't sound strange that I say that because it's not home field.
Right.
I don't care about New England going into Denver. That doesn't bother me in the least. What bothers me is that week off. Mike Vrabel being able to get these guys' head right, because you've got a lot of Christian Barmore, Stephon Diggs. You got a lot of stuff happening around that team right now. I don't love that per se. But look, I'm looking at a bracket here right now. I don't think Carolina can win a Super Bowl. I don't feel like that's me talking excrement. It's just look at this and go, how are you telling me they're going for it?
I think it's fair.
I don't think Pittsburgh can win a Super Bowl.
I would agree with that.
The other 12, I can get there. Green Bay would be next. I don't really think they can. They're just absolutely killed. I also don't think they're very good. And then there are teams that I like better than others. I'm not very high on Chicago. I'm really low on San Francisco. I really hate that San Francisco and Philadelphia are playing each other. Also, whichever one of you wins, you get to meet the Rams in the next round, and you're not going to like how that goes. I think New England can make a run.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not as in love as everybody else because they did play a really weak schedule, and you're getting a guy that's going to have to get his sea legs under him. Now, I will say this. You didn't draw Buffalo. When I was saying all those things that I didn't think New England was going to make a run, I had it in my head. They're going to be the 2. Buffalo's going to be the 7. And you have to play Josh Allen in the first round of the playoffs, and I don't like that at all.
Right. I do agree to the point that, Drake May, he's played good football. I think this whole team has played good football, but it is very different once you hit the playoffs. It's a totally different game. And so I wonder how that's going to translate for him if the game still kind of slows down or if it speeds up too fast and he can't keep up. I will say, we did see a Commanders team last year that made a pretty deep run in the playoffs, which surprised me. So anything can happen, but I am skeptical on not a rookie quarterback, but he is new to the playoffs.
He's a second-year guy, first time in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Jaden was a rookie. That's actually a really good comparison. I'll also say I think we're better on both the AFC and NFC side than we were in the NFC last year.
Yeah.
I think Washington kind of caught lightning in a bottle. And who knows? Maybe New England did the same thing. That team looks really good.
They do, yeah.
I'm not saying they can't do it. I'm just saying there is a better chance that you see Buffalo, maybe Houston. That defense is really good, and C.J. Stroud's underrated.
Yeah.
Jacksonville, I like them a lot. I like New England a lot.
Yeah.
And I know I'm
just
waffling.
go to the proven commodity.
This is just one of those times that I'm looking up and down the playoff bracket going, okay, I eliminated 2 of you. Who's next? Because I don't even really want to pick the next one.
You got to flip a coin.
I don't even really want to pick the next one. A couple more texts. You can always get involved here in the show on the text line, 864-777-9593. This one is from our buddy Red Sea. He's talking about his Arizona Cardinals. He said, not so hot take. Arizona's in a terrible spot. No quarterback, GM on the hot seat, even though he shouldn't be. Not much cap space in a 2-quarterback draft, and we picked 3. And one of the most difficult schedules in the NFL. Again. So you're jetting. The Arizona Cardinals are in the midst of a jetting.
Right.
I looked at who the Jets play next year and went, oh, bother. You could go 2-15 and be light years better than you are this year. There are a few teams in this league that I don't think have a lot of hope.
Right.
You would think the Las Vegas Raiders have the number 1 pick. That's hope. I think Fernando Mendoza's a bust. I don't really care where he goes. I've seen enough in the tape to go, I don't love that. I have Dante Moore ahead of him.
Really?
I like Dante Moore better than Fernando Mendoza. And I like Mendoza as a kid.
Yeah.
I think the lights of the NFL are going to get to him fast. He's looked great at Indiana. He looked really good against Alabama. And so did Gunnar Stockton. I watched Gunnar Stockton cut that same Alabama defense to pieces. That just doesn't mean that much to me. I think the Raiders have limited hope. They were one of the teams that fired a coach. Arizona, who Red Sea mentioned. Yeah. Jonathan Gannon fired this morning.
Yep.
Pete Carroll fired this morning. Kevin Stefanski fired this morning. I'm a little shocked that we had as many firings as we did. I had heard Stefanski was going to end up staying in Cleveland.
Yeah, that one surprised me. Like, first of all, it's Cleveland. They're not doing great anyways, but I feel like Stefanski was at least a bit of a stabilizing force there, at least from my opinion.
Stefanski is a good offensive guy that's won NFL Coach of the Year twice. Yep. And my question is, with the current state of the Cleveland Browns roster, who do you think is taking this job, and why is his name Deion Sanders?
Oh, God.
It was the first thing. When I saw Kevin Stefanski's name, it was the first thing I thought was, we're about to get a lot of this.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that I want more. First of all, I love Deion.
Oh, yeah.
In my studio in Asheville, you can see a signed Florida State helmets blacked out. Deion Sanders signed that for me.
Oh, nice.
I love Deion. I do not love him as a coach, and I cannot stand his son as a quarterback.
And you know he wanted because I was watching that Browns-Steelers game, and there were throws that Shedeur was making, and it would cut to Deion. I mean, he's just – and you know he wanted to be on that sideline so bad. Going, son, look.
No quarterback in NFL history has ever thrown a better punt than Shedeur Sanders. He's the best at it that I've ever seen. It's really not all that close.
No,
I mean, I thought Zach Wilson had cornered the market on throwing punts, and then Shedeur Sanders came along.
Yeah.
We have another text. We got to take a break. We'll get to the other text about quarterbacks in this draft class. It's a good one. And if you're a quarterback-needy team, it's not going to make you feel all warm and fuzzy or hunky-dunky. This is the Overtime, Fox Sports Upstate 104.9 FM. Get involved, 864-240-5480. That's our call-in line, and we want to hear from you. Any question that you want answered, we'll happily answer it right here in the Overtime on Fox Sports Upstate.
104.9 Fox Sports Upstate weather.
From WYFF News 4, I'm meteorologist Bradford Ambrose. As we head into Monday night, early Tuesday, patchy fog will develop. We'll call it a mostly cloudy sky Overnight lows in the low to mid-40s. As we head into the day on Tuesday, once again, we'll hold on to a lot of cloud cover east of the mountains. So much of the upstate through northeast Georgia, once again, we'll see a lot of cloud cover. High temperatures will be in the low 60s. Heading into our Wednesday, more sunshine, starting off in the mid-40s, and near record heat likely by Wednesday afternoon with highs in the low 70s. Make it a great day.
This report is sponsored by IHOP. Introducing the IHOP Value Menu. All your breakfast favorites like pancakes, eggs, bacon, or French toast are just $6 every day. Get a big, filling sit-down breakfast for only $6. Go to your happy plates with the $6 IHOP Value Menu. Available every day at IHOP.
I'm Stephen Curry, and this is Gentleman's Cut. I think what makes Gentleman's Cut different is me being a part of, developing the profile of this beautiful finished product. With every sip, you get a little something different.
Visit gentleman'scutbourbon.com or your nearest Total Wines or Bevmo. This message is intended for audiences 21 and older. Gentleman's Cut Bourbon, Boone County, Kentucky. For more on Gentleman's Cut Bourbon, please visit gentleman'scutbourbon.com. Please enjoy responsibly.
Do you like free money? Well, today's your lucky day. Better Picks is offering a free $10 just for signing up. Download the Better app, pick more or less on player stats, watch the games, and win some cash. It's that simple. Better Picks is available in 33 states, including Texas, California, and Georgia. Download the Better app today. That's Better, B-E-T-R, and get a free $10, no deposit necessary. Must be 21 or older in a jurisdiction where Better Picks operates. Terms and conditions apply. Better Picks. Sports just got better.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now, you call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose?
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
This is an important message from the Mine Safety and Health Administration. Mining fatalities, accidents, and injuries are preventable. Staying alert and focused can keep you safe. Take time, save lives. For more resources, visit MSHA.gov.
He's Colin Cowherd.
And I think this is all very comical.
He's informative.
Smart, always overtime wins.
He makes you think.
Patience is underrated.
He's an empire unto himself.
That's what it feels like to me.
He's Colin Cowherd.
It is a crazy, crazy day. Interesting? Absolutely.
And you can listen right here.
Because I'm in L.A.
Weekdays at noon on 104.9 Fox Sports Upstate. Boy makes bet.
Let's do this.
Boy wins bet.
Hooray!
Boy makes bigger bet.
What the hell are you doing, dude?
Boy loses everything. Lives under a bridge with only a radio.
Seriously? You lost the bet?
Boy listens religiously to 104.9 Fox Sports Upstate.
South Carolina or Miami.
Boy did all those things in the wrong order.
That's the truth.
First step.
Start here.
Us.
Including you, Dan. I did not bet.
The Upstate's best bet for sports talk.
I will be your preacher teacher.
Is 104.9 Fox Sports Upstate. Years ago, he was there at the beginning of sports talk radio.
I came down, I was making $18,000. I was living large.
Today, he's the most decorated host of all time.
This is the greatest individual selfish feeling ever. Yes!
The Dan Patrick Show. Weekdays beginning at 9 on Fox Sports Upstate.
We're back here on Fox Sports Upstate, 104.9 FM. It's overtime. I'm Jeremy Greene. He's Trey Falco. As always, brought to you by Ingles Markets. Find them online at ingles-markets.com. Our buddy Kurt in the YouTube chat got some numbers for us.
Oh, all right.
The quarterfinal games, Twitter has a number. I don't know the accuracy of these, but they sound about right. The Orange Bowl got 15-9.
Okay.
That was Texas Tech and Oregon.
Right.
Not great. The game was never really all that competitive because Texas Tech just couldn't score.
Yeah.
So it's not a great number, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
The Sugar Bowl, I'm shocked this number's so low. 18-7.
Really?
It's a great number.
Yeah.
It's a great number.
but I thought it'd be higher. That game was wild. Final game, and that could have just been over it.
Yeah.
You didn't get to the point where because really that game cranked up in the last 10 minutes and became insane.
Right.
Maybe you didn't make it that far. I'm not sure. But 18-7, it's still a good number.
Yeah.
Miami, Ohio State, New Year's Eve night. This game ended 25 minutes before the ball dropped. 19 flat.
Oh, okay.
That's a hammer number.
Yeah.
I specifically remember an Alabama-Cincinnati game that was on New Year's Eve. It was at 4:30, and I think its overall was an 8-8. 19 is a big boy number for the Cotton Bowl. The Rose Bowl, which was a keister kicking, 23-9. Oh, but nobody wants to watch Indiana. I think they do.
Yeah.
I think 23-9 kind of tells me that they do. It's not quite, I mean, that paltry Tulane number.
Right.
That 4 million Tulane number. That's 23-9. We appreciate you, Kurt, for chiming in the YouTube chat. You can always do that. Find us on YouTube at the Sportsocracy. You can find me there every weekday, noon to 3, and then here 7 to 9 every Monday with me and Trey Falco.
That's right.
You can also get involved through the text line. That number, 864-777-9593. And our buddy Red C, Soaring Eagle, he chimed in on the text line, and I think he's got a really good point. Said, hey, guys, want to talk about what I told Jeremy after the Sugar Bowl? Trinidad Chambliss has to declare this year. This eligibility seeking is stupid because he's going to be a top 10 pick. Trust me. I'm going to be at the Fiesta Bowl, so I'll see him for myself. And this quarterback class would be Fernando Mendoza, Dante Moore, Trinidad Chambliss, and you're better off with a bridge until 2027, which will then be whoever doesn't declare this year, plus probably Arch Manning, who will be one of the first 3 gone, and Lenora Sellers, too. I agree with everything he just said.
Yeah.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, Trinidad Chambliss, the quarterback at Ole Miss, is seeking a waiver to get a 6-year at Ole Miss, and he's already said if he gets the waiver, he will come back.
Okay.
And we have a friend in this. We call him Armchair Commentary. We call him Great North Sports. He's our resident Canada, and his name's David Smith.
Yeah.
And I can't say exactly his line. It's free to say excrement. You can say any excrement that you want to until the rubber meets the road.
Right.
I know that you and Big Cat John Ellis have had Trevor Sikkema on your show a handful of times. Friend of my program as well. Trevor just did a mock draft not 2 hours ago. He had Trinidad Chambliss at 11 to the Dolphins. And I'm not going to lie, I don't ever comment on other people's stuff. I'll watch it. You know, hey, be a friend, tell a friend.
Yeah.
I got your view, young blood. I even had to go, do you understand how insane what you just said right there is? I like Trinidad Chambliss, and I thought I was being super generous of, he could get into the middle back of round 2. And then I started thinking about it of, what if Dante Moore doesn't come out? Because there's been a lot of smoke that Dante Moore could come back to school. If he doesn't come out, there's one quarterback in this class. And then it is pray to your lucky stars that Brock Purdy 2.0 falls in your lap because the rest of them are brutal.
Yeah.
What I saw Chambliss do against Georgia, that looked like an NFL quarterback to me. I mean, what do I know? I'm just, by percentage, the most accurate NFL draft analyst in the country on quarterbacks.
Humble brag.
You beat me to it. I was getting ready to say the same thing. Hashtag humble brag. I look at Trinidad Chambliss and go, that's a kid. I could easily see him becoming a quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
And being good. I think he could be a good quarterback. Yeah, he's a little small. Yeah, he's a little thin. Plays in a pick and pop offense. So did Jackson Dart.
Right.
And as long as he had Brian Daboll, he was just fine. He and Mike Kafka didn't set the world on fire, but it also helped that he was throwing to me and Trey and John and Rich. That was the four. I think we were the 4 receivers for the New York Giants for the last month.
That's a hell of a group.
Darius Slayton and the 4 of us. Wandale Robinson. That was fun. But I agree with him. If I'm the representation for Trinidad Chambliss, especially if he beats Miami.
Yeah.
If he beats Miami and he has another game like he had against Georgia, that changes the world. I mean, you're talking about $10, $15 million discrepancy.
Mm-hmm.
And next year is going to be, you're swimming with the big boys next year.
Oh, yeah.
Because next year's class could beat the Bo Nix, Jaden May class with 6 in the first round.
Yeah.
If everybody comes out next year instead of this year, Dante Moore comes back, Chambliss, if he comes back, you could be talking about 7 quarterbacks in the first round next year.
So what I'm hearing is Pittsburgh needs to either re-sign Aaron Rodgers for another year or try and ride it out.
Hey, he was open to it. I heard him.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just glad we made the playoffs.
I discussed it with my wife, and
Has anybody ever seen his wife?
No, nobody's seen his wife. She doesn't exist.
There's nothing that I want more, especially after 2 years of watching this guy quarterback my team. I want him to show up. Like, they win a couple games in the playoffs, and he shows up with a mannequin. Like, it's just a mannequin wearing a shirt that says Aaron's wife. I think that would be the greatest. It would be the greatest troll job ever. He's worn a wedding ring all year long. He's wearing it on the field, and then he just shows up with a mannequin. Or like a Mr. Potato Head with eyes on it. Like, there she is.
This is her.
Isn't she beautiful? And he goes Cartman from South Park. Oh, guys. That would be the most Aaron Rodgers thing in the history.
That would make it worth it.
Oh no! I mean, it would for me.
Yeah.
He got you to the playoffs.
He did. Yeah. Well, that's
plenty. Now, I will debate whether it's a blessing or a curse that you made the playoffs.
It's just the standard. The standard is the standard.
Well, the standard is the standard. Your standard's 9-8 this year. Overachievers, 10-7, baby.
Woo!
That leads me to my second hottest take of the week. John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin have been in Baltimore and Pittsburgh too long. Great coaches, Hall of Fame resumes, but the message is dead. John Harbaugh's lost that team in Baltimore, and it is super obvious.
Yeah.
And I get it. If your kicker can just hit one from the mid-40s, you win the division.
Right.
That was the best roster in the NFL coming in this year. The best roster in this league, not really all that close.
Yeah.
And you didn't even make the playoffs. You're sitting at home waiting for next year.
Yep.
But don't blame Lamar. It's not his fault. At least that's the message out of Baltimore today. It's always bad when you have to put out that message. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. It's 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate. You're in overtime with Trey and myself. Brought to you by Ingles Markets. Low prices. Love the savings.
Run a business and not thinking about radio? Think again. Because more people are listening to the radio on iHeart today than they were 20 years ago. And only iHeart Broadcast Radio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, social, any other media. Even twice as many teens than TikTok. And that reach means everything. Just think about the universal marketing formula. The number of consumers who hear your message times the response rate equals the results. Now let's get those results growing for your business. Radio's here now more than ever, and iHeart's leading the way. Think radio can help your business? Think iHeart. Streaming, podcasting, and radio, where the reach is real. Let us show you at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com. Or call 844-844-iHeart. One more time, just call 844-844-iHeart and get radio working for you.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Got a bike you're ready to part with? Harley-Davidson in Greenville is buying bikes. Any make, any model. And if you're looking to ride, we've got the largest selection of pre-owned Harley-Davidson motorcycles in the upstate, ready for the road to Daytona. Top dollar for your trade. No pressure, no hassle. Bring it in, get a quote, and ride out with something new. Just in time to enjoy the journey. Visit 30 Crum Drive in Greenville or online at upstateharley.com. Harley-Davidson in Greenville, where your next ride begins.
Kick off the new year with more time in the woods, on the water, or at the range. Palmetto State Armory is your go-to destination for firearms, ammo, outdoor gear, fishing equipment, and top brands like 6 Hour, Springfield Armory, and Smith & Wesson. Start your year right at Palmetto State Armory.
The free iHeartRadio app is your daily soundtrack with live stations, 24/7 news, sports, and weather, and of course, the most podcasts on the planet. It's easy to see why more and more people are using it. Join the millions who already have it on their smartphone. The free iHeartRadio app, the #1 app for radio.
Technology can tell you a lot of things.
Screen time will tell you how much time you have spent on your phone on that day.
But how about you tell it something? Simply say to your smart speaker, Alexa, play 104.9 Fox Sports Upstate on iHeartRadio.
And you need to play like...
And then we'll tell you stuff. See? Technology's amazing. I like what you're wearing, by the way.
Hey, wait a minute.
You should probably put some duct tape over that camera.
.1049 Fox Sports Upstate. It's overtime. Brought to you by Ingles Markets. Find them online, ingles-markets.com. Trey, we still got an hour of fun to go.
We do, yeah.
And all of you that can hear the sound of my voice, you can get involved in the fun. Text lines 864-777-9593. Call-in lines 864-240-5480. We want to hear from you. We're talking all kinds of things. Do the Carolina Panthers have a chance to beat the Los Angeles Rams? If you take the 5 wild card games outside of Carolina, LA, the combined spread, 14. Carolina, LA, 10.5, which means it would be 14 in LA. I think that's high.
I think so,
and
too.
It's not because they beat them once before. It is hard on West Coast teams coming east. That one's at 4, which makes it feel more like a football game and less like you're having breakfast at work.
Yeah.
But still, I think 10.5 is too much.
I'd agree with that.
In the next hour, we're going to pick that dog. We have all the games, all the playoff games, NFL and college. And we're going to talk about the other 3 hottest takes of the weekend, including who's the best team in the league. And we'll talk about Black Monday. Some coaches lost their job. Some should have, some shouldn't have. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. This is the Overtime on 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Limited time. For JD Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at the Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
The Lowe's Closeout event means the final savings of the season are here. It's your last chance to get deals on seasonal decor, tools, flooring, and so much more. Refresh your home, check off your project list, or simply stock up on the brands you trust. Shop now to grab amazing deals before they're gone. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/7. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
#1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. From the Ingles studio, this is WROO-FM Malden, 104.9 Fox Sports Upstate, an iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human. We are Fox Sports! And here's what you need to know.
News out of the NBA, Trae Young and his agent are currently working together with the Atlanta Hawks on a trade. The Washington Wizards look to be a possible destination centered around CJ McCollum's expiring contract. Currently now in the league, the Pistons are leading the Knicks 53-44, 3 minutes left to go in the second quarter. The Celtics are on top of the Bulls 22-14, 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. And it's the Raptors over the Hawks 24-14, 3.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. On this Black Monday, the Browns fired head coach Kevin Stefanski. The Cardinals fired head coach Jonathan Gannon. And it's one and done for Pete Carroll in Las Vegas. The Raiders did let him go after they finished with the worst record in the NFL at 3-2. 3-14. As of now, the Bengals are retaining head coach Zach Taylor and GM Duke Tobin. And Montana State has a 7-0 lead over Illinois State in the FCS National Championship. I'm Brianna Muro.
The music we listen to all year long.
The anthems that were our soundtrack for 2025.
And the stars who made the songs we love.
Will all be celebrated.
Let's get it started. March 26th, live from Los Angeles. Coming back to Fox.
Be here as our 2026 iHeartRadio Music Award nominees are announced. Thursday at 9 a.m.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
The Lowe's Closeout event means the final savings of the season are here. It's your last chance to get deals on seasonal decor, tools, flooring, and so much more. Refresh your home, check off your project list, or simply stock up on the brands you trust. Shop now to grab amazing deals before they're gone. Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid through 1/7. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
News has never been so important.
We've got breaking news from Capitol Hill.
And iHeart makes it so easy to stay in the know with 24/7 news on iHeartRadio.
A major breakthrough in medical research.
Live around the clock, so you're never more than 3 minutes away from the stories that matter most.
Extreme weather is impacting millions.
24/7 news, right at your fingertips with the free iHeart app, where you can now make 24/7 news a preset for even quicker access. 24/7 news on iHeartRadio.
The games are over, so there's only one thing left to do: overreact. The NFL Draft Nerd is here to weave through the world of sports and separate fact from fiction. Get involved. The call-in line's open at 864-240-5480. You can tweet us, we don't call it X, at the NFL Draft Nerd. Now, here's that creed-loving, bird-fearing, football lunatic, Jeremy Greene.
Hour 2. It's a Monday here in Greenville, live from the Ingalls Studios here, Fox Sports Upstate 104.9. It's overtime. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene, and it's your weekly ability to yell at your team.
Yes.
If you're just angry and you want to say something about your team, this is the time to do it.
All right, keep it clean.
Ryan from Cincinnati, he chimed in. If Brandon Sorsby, the new quarterback at Texas Tech, gets $5 million from Texas, what would Mendoza get if he stayed at Indiana for another year? They've already replaced him with Josh Hoover, and Josh Hoover got paid. That's a kid from TCU.
Yeah.
Mendoza on the open market, I wouldn't be shocked if it was 10. And I mean that. Yeah. I wouldn't be shocked if it was 10. Now, I don't think he's going to do that because you're wanting to start the rookie clock. And for Mendoza, Mendoza's in this really unenviable position of, I don't want to be a Raider. I have to do this. I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
There's nobody else here. But it's a really good point from Ryan. I will say I've heard some numbers on – there are a handful of guys that have signed in the transfer portal that I've heard preliminary numbers on. They would blow your mind. Some positions have gotten way more expensive. Edge rusher, tackle, obviously quarterback. Some of them have died. Safety. There are a bunch of safeties in the portal, and apparently the money's just not there. And nobody wants to give it up. It's wild.
Yeah.
NIL is this wild, crazy, wild west that's just kind of hard to understand. Trey, I'm going to give you dealer's choice here. We need a soundbite of some kind. Doesn't matter which one.
Okay.
I mean, I have a preference.
I know. Just doesn't matter what it is?
Yep.
All right, go for it.
I want me some glory hole.
There it is. In the YouTube chat, we always notate the super chats. Kevin Mullen, who's a huge piece of our daily show.
Yeah.
With his Shanahanisms.
Oh, okay.
This dude is one of the funniest people you'll ever talk to. And he comes up with all of these different things that Kyle Shanahan thinks or does.
Yeah.
We have one running in a promo right now of the first time Kyle Shanahan saw a call sheet, he wondered why tic-tac-toe wasn't called hugs and kisses. Okay. It's so good.
Yeah.
But he's chimed in. He said Kyle Shanahan heard Marcus Freeman interviewed with the New York Giants, but New York told him the NFL doesn't have an auto bid. You should probably stay at Notre Dame. He asked thoughts on the Charles Cross extension with the Seattle Seahawks. I believe it was $26 million, 4 years, 100 and,
that sounds
some
right.
change. Charles Cross is really, really good.
Yeah.
He's had some issues staying healthy, but you watch Seattle, when that dude's on the field, that line looks really good. Because Gray Zabel, dog.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think they have me playing center right now, but with Zabel and Cross on the left side when he's healthy, they're so good. To me, Seattle is the best team in the NFL, and I'm not sure it's close. That's our third hottest take of the week. The Seattle Seahawks are the only team in these playoffs I trust. And, yes, I know they're quarterbacked by Sam Darnold.
Maybe the little bias there.
Oh, there are two entities in this life that I allow no slander on. Sam Darnold and the greatest band of the 20th century, Creed. As a guy that I know Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
And I've told him more than once, one day I am going to get you in a karaoke bar and me and you are going to sing Higher, and it's going to be one of the highlights of my life. Two of the things I love most in this life, Creed and Sam Darnold. I think that might be the best defense I've seen in the NFL in 5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just everywhere. San Francisco had no answer. Now, I don't know if we've covered this on this show. I am a notorious detractor of San Francisco. I don't buy into Kyle Shanahan. I never have. I think it's smoke and mirrors. I think a lot of it's just like his dad. He won nothing without John Elway. And John Elway, by the way, the documentary on Elway on Netflix, you should watch it. It's very good.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie. I couldn't sleep last night, and I saw it and went, well, we're doing this. Hour and 34 minutes.
I got that.
That's how much less sleep I'm about to get. And it was very good. I don't buy into San Francisco. I don't think Brock Purdy is nearly as good as everybody else does. He puts up numbers against bad defenses. Like everybody lost their mind when he beat the Bears.
Right.
Whoop-de-doo.
Bears. Yeah.
Everybody beats up on that Bears defense. The offense has just been so good, they can keep up with you.
Right.
And they squish bad teams.
What about the Mac Jones experiment, though?
Look, I said when San Francisco let Sam Darnold walk out the door 2 years ago before he went to Minnesota, I said they will regret letting Sam walk and keeping Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
I'm not backing off of that. Right now, Brock Purdy is almost twice as expensive as Sam Darnold over the next 3 years. I mean, it's not even close. Yeah. I think Sam's a better quarterback, period. OB turns the ball over a lot. Okay. His good's real good.
Yeah.
Two quarterbacks in NFL history have ever won 14 games in back-to-back seasons. One of them was Tom Brady. The other one was Sam Darnold.
That's elite company.
That's a pretty nice company.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah. But you mix Sam with a running game that can be really, really good. It's not always elite. Kenny Walker's good, not great. Right. I think he fits that offense really well.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Zach Charbonnet's good, not great, but he's very multifaceted, very hard to get down in the open field. And then you mix in Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Mm-hmm.
If they had an honest-to-God second weapon on that team in the passing game, I don't think anybody could beat them. Cooper Kupp ain't it.
No.
If you had another receiver on that team, I'm not sure Seattle would be beatable. Even now, Jackson Smith and Jigba is the target on at least one out of every three dropbacks.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. He's just always open. He may be the best receiver in the NFL. What's funny is we came into this year thinking that was a battle between Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. Now I think it's a battle between Puka Nacua and Jackson Smith and Jigba, who I wouldn't have even had in that discussion a year ago. That's the only team I fully trust. Because that's the only team where I look at your coach. I don't know enough of him. He's so new into this.
Yeah.
I trust your quarterback. I trust your weapons, and I really trust your defense. I can't say that about any other team in the NFL.
Yeah.
The Rams, I trust your coach. I trust your quarterback if he doesn't look like he's 417 years old like he did against the Falcons.
Right.
I trust your weapons. I don't trust your defense. Trust Jared Verse. I don't trust the defense. And if you go down the list of the 14 teams in the playoffs, Seattle's the only one that checks all those boxes. And I get it. A lot of you don't want to trust Sam Darnold. You think I'm a lunatic. I'm a Sam Darnold truther. I might as well be telling you the earth is flat at this point because that's how people treat me.
What?
It's fine. It's fine. The talent in that kid's been obvious forever. And now he's in a system with Clint Kubiak, who I do think is going to get NFL head coaching looks. Great chance he's going to get a job.
I want him to come to Pittsburgh so bad.
No.
I got Arthur Smith.
You're stuck with – you get Arthur Smith.
And we got the FedEx Cup.
I did tweet out the other night, if any owner interviews Arthur Smith for their head coaching job, they should lose their team immediately.
I'd pay for it. I'd fly him out there.
Have we ever seen Mike Bobo and Arthur Smith in the same room at the same time? Because I'm pretty sure they're the same person. I don't know how they're doing it. It's kind of sleight of hand magic.
Yeah.
But it's just an offense that's run, screen, punt.
Oh, God. At least it's not the jet sweeps. That Matt Canada era was awful.
We have a text on the text line that said, I'm still on Mac Jones and wait until next year for a quarterback. Just build the roster in this draft. I'm going to assume he's talking about the New York Jets. Because Mac Jones has one more year in San Francisco, which, by the way, that may go down. That contract may go down as one of the great values ever. Because I don't even want to start to think about what Mac Jones would fetch in a trade right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're looking around. You got 12 teams in this league that need a quarterback.
Right.
There's 2 in the draft. Maybe 3 if you really believe in Trinidad Chambliss. I mean, the best free agent's Jimmy Garoppolo. Because Daniel Jones is going to end up back in Indianapolis.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So if you're one of these other quarterback-needy teams, you are in trouble, my friend, because there's just not a lot of options out there. You can always get involved through the call-in line, 864-240-5480. And I believe someone's done that. Caller, who's this?
Jeremy, this is Rocky, and I'm sorry to call you back.
You're good, Rocky.
To text, but I couldn't remember the dang text line. I'm sorry, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
In my earlier, I mentioned Chambliss, the quarterback for Ole Miss, and I was listening to you, going into talking about, transfer portal and NIL and money and stuff like that. This guy was playing D2 football, and now look where he is now. And I love it. I like this, and I just forgot some things I wanted to say to you that I like when you're evolving. Is that I like these players that maybe are not highly recruited coming out of high school, but yet they develop and they get better and they catch the eyes of the larger programs, and I think, and they get an opportunity to go and make some money.
It's a good point. So you look at a guy like Arch Manning, who was born on third base and acts like he had a triple. His work ethic, from what I've seen, this is just from the outside looking in. I'm not telling you Arch Manning's not going to eventually become a great quarterback in the NFL or even a great quarterback next year at Texas. Trinidad Chambliss has had to grind. I mean, it's a kid that was at Ferris State that nobody wanted.
And the last comment I'll make, and I'll hang up, I'm really enjoying your show tonight, is that kid can spin it, man. And he's mobile, and he's athletic. He's got an arm. I was very impressed with him in that game. So, because you were talking about whether Dante Moore, if he chooses to go, but now all of a sudden Trinidad Chambliss has moved into the to the draft talk. I thought I read something. Maybe he's reached an agreement to go back to Ole Miss.
He's seeking a 6th-year medical waiver. He had 1 year, and I don't remember the whole story. But when you go for a 6th year, you have to apply to the NCAA. They won't get back to you until there's a deadline. I want to say it's in the middle of January somewhere. So he knows the decision's coming. It will be before he has to declare for the draft if that's what he needs to do.
Gotcha.
But
that was just the comments I kind of neglected. My brain was, and I was going to text, and I think I had the text number wrong because I was going to try to text you the same thing I just told you just now.
You're good, Rocky. We always appreciate you, my friend.
Take it easy, buddy.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, Rocky. It's just that easy. Calling line's always open, 864-240-5480. That text line, 864-777-9593. And I feel Rocky's pain. I'm not going to lie to you. I think I've gotten the text line wrong twice. I'm almost at the point where I can do it off the top of my head, but then I have to look.
Yeah.
And then they combine into one. I mean, I'm not dyslexic, but I could say I am.
Yeah.
I keep flipping numbers.
You can claim it. That's fine.
Text line's 864-777-9593. And you can get involved anytime. Trey, we got to take a commercial break. But it's one of our favorite times of the week.
Oh, yeah.
It's time to pick that dog. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. This is Overtime on Fox Sports Upstate, 104.9 FM.
Run a business and not thinking about podcasting? Think again. More Americans listen to podcasts than ad-supported streaming music from Spotify and Pandora. And as the #1 podcaster, iHeart's twice as large as the next two combined. So whatever your customers are into, true crime, sports, comedy, culture, they'll hear your message. Plus, only iHeart can extend your message to audiences across broadcast radio. And all this reach means everything. Just think about the universal marketing formula. The number of consumers who hear your message times the response rate equals the results. Now let's get those results growing for you. Think podcasting can help your business? Think iHeart. Streaming, radio, and podcasting. Let us show you at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com. Or call 844-844-iHeart. One more time, call 844-844-iHeart and get podcasting working for you.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now, you call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose?
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
Attention retirees. This is Greg Ellie of Prosperity Group, and you can go to my website at mymoneyissafe.com. Did you know that there's a strategy that will create tax-free income that you can't outlive and match your contribution possibly 3-to-1 if you qualify? If you want to learn how you could put $50,000 a year for 5 years and then have a bank put in 3 times that amount, go to our website at mymoneyissafe.com or call us at 800-808-5514.
iHeartRadio goes one-on-one with Phil from Def Leppard on why they like recording while they're on tour.
Yeah, and the great thing about being on tour is that you're playing songs in a more aggressive, violent manner. You know, so they got a bit more oomph and rock and rollness to them. So usually when you go in a studio, it's creatively kind of sanitizes stuff. But because we were going on tour and going back, we were able to capture that. You'd get ideas, you'd be creative, you'd slam them down, you'd be in tour mode, you'd come back and all of a sudden you want to revisit and make it a bit more aggressive.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more of Def Leppard and all your favorite artists.
Colin Cowherd. Millions upon millions of people listen to this guy.
Sports shapes us.
His words make you think.
It empowers us.
His thoughts make you ponder.
It turns poor into rich and broken into healed.
And just to listen to his show,
never forget,
makes you a better human being. It's The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Sports does so many great things.
And you can let him penetrate your mind. Weekdays at noon on 104.9 Fox Sports Upstate.
It's the highlight of the week. It's the highlight of my week. It's Overtime, brought to you by Ingles Markets right here on Fox Sports Upstate, 104.9 FM. Ingles Markets, find them online, ingles-markets.com. Ingles Markets, low prices, love the savings. I just looked over my shoulder and saw the Titans are going to interview Raheem Morris, and I about lost it.
That's the first time I've seen it?
That's the first time I've seen it. I keep seeing some of these. Well, this team's going to interview. The Titans list is the funniest thing I think I've ever seen in my life. Lou Anarumo.
Somebody's got
Matt Nagy. Raheem Morris. They are shopping Goodwill.
Yeah.
Cam Ward, T's and P's for your life, my friend.
Cam Ward. Oh, that's right. He was the first overall pick, wasn't he?
He was. And
right.
you fired Brian Callahan because he was clueless offensively.
Yeah.
And now you're going to hire Matt Nagy, who it's like the Infinity Stone. If it's with the other 5, it works. And for him, those are Pat Mahomes, Andy Reid, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce.
Right.
You get him away, it's just a rock.
Right.
It's just a real shiny rock.
You remember when Tennessee had Mike Vrabel?
I do.
Remember those days?
I often think that Tennessee would be in really good shape if they had a running back like Derrick Henry, a wide receiver like A.J. Brown, and a coach like Mike. Shoot.
Womp womp.
I think you had all of those. You did. I think we have somebody on the call-in line. Caller, who's this?
This is Jonathan Welch from the upper north.
This is a Seattle Seahawk fan and affectionately known around here as Glue Guy. What can we do for you, Mr.
Right.
Welch?
I had an interesting thought, and I kind of wanted to get your take and probably talk about it down the road. Congratulations and happy day 1 of 100 of Draftsmiths, by the way.
Oh, we're 100 days from the 2026 NFL Draft. When I see that number go to 2 digits, it's like when you hit December for every other kid.
Yeah.
Like, Sandy's coming, Sandy's coming. That's where I'm at right today. Well, tomorrow, technically.
Well, I wanted to get your take on this new concept some professional NFL teams are doing. They're trying to create a 3-headed monster when it comes to the front office. And you know that I'm a front office guy. So it's really interesting to see these teams develop a different way of doing Moneyball, where they've got a cap guy, they've got a personnel guy with coaches and infrastructure, and then they've got a talent scout, and those are the guys that are running front offices now. I think Tennessee is doing that, and I think Miami is trying to do that now too.
So it's not a tremendously new concept. The Jets did that that was before I was around that building. Probably the mid 2010s. The teams have had cap guys. So what John's talking about here is basically now, instead of having a GM that oversees everything, they're kind of allocating different things. A team that's doing this, the Atlanta Falcons. So the Falcons are going to hire a GM. They're also going to name a president of football operations, which will be probably Matt Ryan from everything that we've heard. And then there will be another entity. From what I heard, it will not be a replacement of the CEO. There will still be a CEO, but there's going to be another football guy that will replace Rich McKay, who also got let go today as well. I am a big fan of evolving in any way. And I'll tie my answer to this back to some experiences I've had around the NFL. One of the things that got New England, and it will always trouble me, and I'm a Jets fan, so what people think of Bill Belichick I don't lose sleep over it.
Right.
But it does bother me that the end with Bill was so bleak that I think some people almost taint him in their mind. He was not a personnel guy. He should have never had personnel control. And that's what I think, to John's point, I think that's what NFL teams are figuring out now, is that we're printing money. We're making limitless dollars. So another $2, $3, $4 million in the front office is not going to kill us.
Right.
So go find somebody that can deal with the draft. To tie into his point, Daniel Jeremiah from the NFL Network.
Yeah.
I'll almost promise you he gets a job in the NFL before this hiring cycle's over. It's 2 years in a row he's been close.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the year somebody actually does it, because they're going to look at him similar to how the Raiders looked at Mike Mayock a few years ago. They made him the GM, which was insane. I'll be honest with you. I am one of these guys. Don't make me your GM. Now, you want to put me in the field, make me that crazy scout that's beating the drum for the 20 to 30 guys that I really love. Okay, that I can do. I'm not a minutia guy. So, like the cap, that ain't my thing. John, who is on the line, is one of the best cap guys I know. He can spin circles around me with the NFL salary cap. That's not my thing. And so what people have figured out, a lot of owners have figured out, is that we divvy up the front office. So we got a couple guys that really deal with the cap. We don't want to get in the situation that New Orleans is in, the situation that a handful of other teams have gotten in. We want somebody that takes care of that. That is your job. If we get in trouble with the cap, that's on you. We got somebody else that's evaluating the players, overseeing selections. Another that's dealing with NFL, it's called real personnel in league circles. I'm in great favor of it because I think when you individualize these things down, it becomes easier to figure out, okay, we're killing the draft, but we can't sign free agents. All right, well, our real personnel guy is the one that's got to go. The Jets just did this. I thought Joe Douglas was a great GM. He was over everything. There was one guy outside of him that really had any say in that front office. Well, when the roster's terrible, who do you blame? You've only got the one guy to blame. Right. And so you wind up letting one of the best things that's happened to your franchise out the front door, and teams do it all the time. Mm-hmm. I was just around the Jets when Joe Douglas was there. That's the reason that I'm so sensitive to that one. Did that answer your question, John?
I think a perfect example is the Arizona Cardinals. They had a tremendous offseason last year. They drafted well, and then they flopped, and it wasn't talent's fault. It was the front office. It was coaching, as far as I can tell.
That's what it looked like to me. They also had a problem, and this is – and, John, we really appreciate the call. This is one that I'm going to harp on this a lot over the course of the offseason. There are a lot of teams that I can't tell you exactly why this happens, but they have injury issues all the time. 49ers are one of them. Baltimore's one of them.
Yeah.
Every team coached by Jim Harbaugh seems to be one of them. And you just go down this rabbit hole of what is it?
Because he sucks the life out of his players.
I would kill to get one person in every NFL front office or administration or coaching staff or whatever to tell me, how do you practice? Just show me your practice schedule, and I promise you I can draw a line to why you're hurt all the time.
Right.
And I agree with everything John just said. Monty Ossenfort did a really good job in the draft. I think he nailed it with Walter Nolan. I think he nailed it with Will Johnson. But the team is dead.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been hurt all year long. The offensive line is a sieve. They had to turn to Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
That's to me, you got to be able to compartmentalize things. And one of the things that is notorious with bad franchises is you let good, talented guys walk out the door.
Yep.
Sometimes because you put them in the wrong role. Sometimes because you didn't narrow the role down enough. And that's what happened to Bill. Back at the end of the Patriots dynasty, everybody wants to talk about, well, Bill couldn't win without Tom. And I've even said that. He's still a good coach. He just oversaw everything. And he became so obsessed with the Patriot way. Everything was the Patriot way. Every time you talk to somebody in that building, it was the Patriot way. Have you noticed something with Mike Vrabel? I haven't heard that phrase not one time because he knows. Christian Barmore's not a Patriot way guy. Stephon Diggs is not a Patriot way guy. Sometimes you got to have people that break the mold.
Yes.
Bill couldn't wrap his head around that. You had to fit into my box. And he was great at it for years.
Oh, yeah.
When he had Scott Pioli and a handful of other guys that were helping him make draft selections. He was a horrifically bad drafter.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was because nobody in the league would talk to him. That's always what I've thought. I know no less than 5 high-level executives in the NFL that wouldn't even field calls from Bill Belichick.
Really?
Yes. Well, it's really hard to get intel when you have absolutely no idea. Because trade calls in the league work completely differently than how people think. So if I'll use the draft, for example.
Okay, yeah.
All right, if I'm Cincinnati and I'm picking at 10.
Okay.
And New Orleans is at 8. And I want Jeremiah Love. It's just, I'm not looking at the draft order. This is one that I know off the top of my head. I'm going to call New Orleans. And I'm going to tell New Orleans, I'm interested in trading up with you. New Orleans is going to say, okay, who are you taking? It means nothing to me because if you don't tell me what I want, I'm going to take my player, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
It happens all the time. There were teams that wouldn't do that with Bill Belichick. And I think, to Welch's point, when you narrow all these things down and you have one guy that's the overhailing czar of the roster, it sets you up for failure because that's the only person that can take the fall.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I look at a handful of teams that didn't fire coaches today, handful of teams that did fire coaches today. The Atlanta Falcons. Do I think Raheem Morris was the only problem there? No. Do I think Terry Fontenot was the only problem there? No. I think they were all problems to a point. And Arthur Blank just, nope, clean house. Do I think that's going to lead to what you want it to? I don't know. I think Kevin Stefanski is the next head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. Who he brings or who they tie with him at GM, I don't know. But when you live in this perpetual motion cycle of we fire a GM, we fire a head coach, the Las Vegas Raiders have fired a head coach 5 years in a row.
Yep.
You notice that team's atrophied every single year? It's because you invest high-level draft capital, high-level free agency dollars into players that don't fit a scheme. So you go a year down the road, and all of a sudden I've got Christian Wilkins, and, well, Pete Carroll didn't like him.
Right.
And now we're going to eat that. And teams do it all the time. It's how you wind up in this vicious cycle of never being competitive, never being good, and you're the Raiders or the Jets or the Browns or whichever team that you want to put here that's perpetually picking in the top 8.
Yep.
Was a really good call from John. We appreciate that. If you want to get involved, you always can. You're always just a phone call away. Phone number is 864-240-5480. Text line also open, 864-777-9593. We teased it before the break. We got to pay it off. Trey, it's time to pick that dog.
All right.
Last week, I believe we were 5-2.
I'll take it.
I deleted the picks. I believe that was the number I saw when I counted it up.
I trust you.
Do you want to start college or pro?
Let's go college.
All right. Ole Miss +3 versus Miami.
Ooh. I don't know. I'm going to pick.
There's
yeah,
one
no,
of these.
I don't know that I'm going to pick that dog.
There's one of these I love, and one of them I don't want to touch.
Yeah.
That's the one I don't want to touch.
Yeah.
If it was 3.5, I'd feel great because I think that's about a field goal game.
Yeah.
That Ole Miss defense is not great, but I know there is a bad Carson Beck in there that could appear at any time.
It's like Sid the Sloth. Yeah.
But, man, that Miami defense flies around.
Mm-hmm.
They had Ohio State confounded on New Year's Eve. I'm with you. I'm not going to pick that dog. If it gets to 3.5, though, I will be markedly more interested. I think Miami's going to win that game.
I think so, yeah.
But I would be interested in Ole Miss at +3.5. Oregon is catching 3.5 against Indiana.
I'll pick that dog.
I'm with you. I'm not. This is not me. Legally, I have to say this. This is not me giving wagering advice. I want to figure out what my net worth is and put it on Oregon because everybody in the world's on that Indiana side because they watched them beat up on an Alabama team that's not as good as you think. Oregon is this weird little entity of their very few people's favorite team. Most people talk about their wacky jerseys.
Yeah, I love the uniforms. Yeah.
But you don't really look at the roster.
Right.
I've been putting together my pre-draft boards and all the things to get ready for the draft. Oregon has 11 guys in my top 150.
Jeez.
That's a real high number. Now, Indiana's got a bunch too. But you're getting, to me, the two best quarterbacks in the country. I think you get a deeper roster with Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
And Dan Lanning is going to have something for Fernando Mendoza. I don't think he's great against the blitz. I have a weird feeling that you're going to see it in that game. That's the one that I have circled going, that's my favorite dog of the week.
Okay.
When I had a mullet, we used to call it the achy, breaky, no mistakey. Miss having a mullet. Okay. Now my hair's short and has no personality.
Grow it back out.
All right, we'll go to the NFL. Your Pittsburgh Steelers +3 against the Houston Texans.
Huh. Really depends on which version of that Pittsburgh Steelers shows up.
Well, you know, if you go to a betting window, you can't say that.
Right.
Well, if they're good, I'll take them. And if they're bad, then you give me my money back.
Yeah.
I have a lean in this game aggressively.
Right. If I went to a betting window, I'd probably eat the ticket. I don't think I'd do this.
Here's $5. Just give me that piece of paper.
Yeah, and just let me eat it. I'm going to ride with the Steelers. Give me the Steelers at
I'm with you.
That dog.
I'm with you. Houston is a team that notoriously lets down in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I have this weird feeling. C.J. Stroud played outside in Pittsburgh Monday night. Last time they lost a Monday night game was 1992. I was 5. I think Pittsburgh's going to win this game.
See, that's where we're at with Pittsburgh because you run an immovable object meets an unstoppable force. Pittsburgh Steelers, been a long time since they lost on Monday night. Pittsburgh Steelers, they always lose first round of the playoffs. What are they going to do?
That is a good point.
Schrodinger Steelers.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Schrodinger's cat. The renegade Schrodinger's cat. Los Angeles Chargers plus 3.5 at the New England Patriots.
I personally like that dog.
I hate that dog.
Do you?
I do. I hate that dog. Because I think what the Chargers are going to have to do, because look, Justin Herbert's not right.
No, he's not. No.
I mean, his hand's got a plate on both sides of it.
Yeah.
I need Justin Herbert at full strength. I also loathe the Chargers playing outside in wintertime weather.
That's fair.
I don't even know. We're so far out from this game that I can't even tell you what the weather's going to look like. I'm not sure I care.
Right.
If you tell me there is one bit of precipitation and it's below 40 degrees, I don't like the Chargers. And I don't mind the number. Doesn't matter to me.
Right.
I will not pick that dog. You talked about the Schrodinger's
Steelers? Yeah.
San Francisco 49ers plus 4.5 at the Philadelphia Eagles. That's one that I've just stared at going, I hate both of you. I don't like either one of these teams.
What was it, 4?
4.5.
4.5.
I will not have a big reaction on either side.
I feel like I'm more – I know you hate both of them, so it doesn't matter. I feel like I'm more bought into the 49ers. Something feels off about the Eagles. I don't know. Whereas the 49ers, with how banged up they've been, I have been pretty impressed. Like, hey, you guys did pretty well with what you have.
Trent Williams changes a lot.
Yeah.
Because the poor kid that was out on the outside, I mean, I wanted to just hug him. Like, hey, my first NFL start. Sweet. I am a turnstile.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I'm going to take San Francisco plus 4.5. I don't buy Philadelphia at all.
Yeah.
I don't. It's a team with one of the best running backs in the league that can't run. They have two of the best wide receivers in the league that can't throw.
Right.
They play really good defense, but the way you beat the 49ers is exactly how San Francisco did it. They play sides.
Yep.
You play the matchups, and I don't trust Jalen Hurts to do that. I think they're going to continue doing what they've done all year long, which is stick him back there in shotgun and pray that Saquon Barkley can find a hole that's not there.
Right.
I'll take San Francisco plus 4.5. I think they went outright. I'm interested on these next two from you. Jacksonville Jaguars plus 1.5 against the Buffalo Bills in Jacksonville. There will be mullets and jorts and Little Caesars pizza everywhere.
It's your people.
100%. This is going to look like a Green family reunion.
The 1.5 games are my favorite, by the way.
Mine too.
I pick a lot of those.
Mine too.
God, as much as it pains me because I cannot stand Liam Cohen, I think I'm going to take the 1.5 there with Jacksonville.
I am. For me, there's no win here.
Yeah.
This is the two teams that I did not want to see play each other in the first round of the playoffs because I like them both to make a run. The public is so on Jacksonville right now that scares me because I routinely live by I have a 3-pronged philosophy of how I wager anything. Who's at home?
Okay.
That's Jacksonville.
Yeah.
It's not really, unless it's raining, that's not really a home field advantage, and you're playing Buffalo, who's used to, something wet is always falling from the sky.
Yeah.
I don't think home field changes that much here. Who has the better coach? I want to say Liam Cohen, but Sean McDermott's done this so long that it's hard for me.
Yeah.
And who has the better quarterback? Well, Josh Allen's the better of these two quarterbacks. I get how good Trevor Lawrence has played over the last, or how well he has played over the last, 6 weeks?
Ish, yeah.
I'd still take Josh Allen. Even with him going, turn your back to the line, spin around Benny Hill style behind the line, I'll still take Josh Allen.
Right.
I'm taking Jacksonville. If you compare those two teams roster to roster, that's not even close.
Yeah.
I'll take Jacksonville plus 1.5. I'm shocked Buffalo's the favorite. I don't think they will be by the time this game kicks off. I could see that line moving a full field goal between now and kickoff.
Oh, wow.
The public sentiment's so high on Jacksonville, and I'm not trying to go revisionist history here, but it's just like Green Bay in the preseason. If I had $1 for every person that said, I got Green Bay going to the Super Bowl, and every one of them that I said, I think you may smoke recreational crimes, because I don't see that at all.
Yeah.
And now we're sitting here with Green Bay limping in as a 7 seed. Yep, that's exactly what I tried to tell you. They're not deep.
No, they're not.
It's great to not have stars. You added Micah Parsons, who was really him and Josh Jacobs are about your only two stars per se. Well, now Josh Jacobs is banged up, Micah Parsons is gone. So yes, you have a deep roster, but you don't have anybody you can count on.
Right.
Green Bay plus the 1.5 at the Bears. You want to do it.
I don't know that I'm going to pick that dog.
I'm not. Yeah. I think Caleb Williams is. That game in Chicago, first of all, that place is going to be a zoo.
Oh, yeah.
We've done YouTube stuff for 5 years.
Yeah.
There is no team in the NFL whose fan base is more passionate and visceral when you talk ill of them than the Chicago Bears. I have gotten more misspelled death threats from Chicago Bears fans than you could shake a stick at. They're going to be in that stadium.
Yeah.
They are going to be properly lubricated, and it is going to be insanely loud. I'm not picking that up. I think the Bears blow the Packers out. If the season had been 2 weeks longer, I don't think Green Bay makes the playoffs. Because I don't think I think there are very few teams in this league that they can beat where they're sitting right now. And then the big one for us here in the Carolina market. Carolina Panthers plus 10.5 at home against the LA Rams.
I'll pick that dog all
I'm
day.
picking that dog too. I hate West Coast teams coming east. I have preliminarily looked at the weather, and it looks like maybe it'll be a little turn. Maybe it's not going to be 65 and sunny in Charlotte on Saturday. I hate Matthew Stafford outside when it's cold. If you look at his splits over his career, it is insane how often he loses in the cold. I don't think it's going to be cold.
Right.
But it ain't going to be pleasant. It's not going to be playing in somebody's living room like they do in L.A. I don't think Carolina wins, but I will take them plus the 10.5 against the L.A. Rams.
That's a huge spread.
It's a disrespectful spread.
Yeah.
I had to say that because I've said that exact line 5 weeks in a row, and whoever I've said it about has won every single time.
Oh, okay. Well, there
said
you
it
go.
about Miami last week. That spread's disrespectful, 9.5 against Ohio State. And look what happened. And look, I think it could happen again. LA's coming in, I think they're going to be pretty healthy. Obviously, you don't know exactly what you're going to get out of Bryce. They didn't look great.
Yeah.
The officials were wowzers. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But I think Carolina can cover the 10.5. And who knows?
So.
Couple good bounces. Might have a Carolina Panther in the divisional round.
Oh, wouldn't that be something?
Oh, wow. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. We're running out of time, but you can still get involved. Call-in lines open, 864-240-5480, or hit us with a text, 864-777-9593. As always, we're brought to you by Ingles Markets. We're live from the Ingles Studios in downtown, beautiful Greenville, South Carolina, and you're listening to Overtime on 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate.
Have you ever turned $1 into 10 grand? I doubt it, but now you can on Better Picks. Download the Better app, pick more or less on your favorite player's stats, watch the games, and win some cash. It's that simple. Better Picks available in 33 states, including Texas, California, and Georgia. Download the Better app today. That's Better, BETR, and get a free $10 no deposit necessary. Must be 21 or older in a jurisdiction where Better Picks operates. Terms and conditions apply. Better Picks. Sports just got better.
I'm Stephen Curry, and this is Gentleman's Cut. I think what makes Gentleman's Cut different is me being a part of, developing the profile of this beautiful finished product. With every sip, you get a little something different.
Visit gentleman'scutbourbon.com or your nearest Total Wines or Bevmo. This message is intended for audiences 21 and older. Gentleman's Cut Bourbon, Boone County, Kentucky. For more on Gentleman's Cut Bourbon, please visit gentleman'scutbourbon.com. Please enjoy responsibly.
When I was a kid, my mom always said,
"Son, if you love football, truly love football, you can go as far as you want in this game."
But that is definitely not true. I didn't even make it 10 yards onto the field before I got tackled and tased. Two undisputable facts. We've got the NFL. My mom's a liar.
104.9 Fox Sports Upstate.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Did you know 26 million Americans have kidney disease and most don't know it?
The day I was diagnosed, I didn't know what to do. I called the National Kidney Foundation, and the young lady who answered stayed on the phone with me and walked me through step by step. She too was surviving kidney disease, and she showed me there could be life after kidney disease.
Visit the National Kidney Foundation at kidney.org. Now, you know. Did you know when you donate a kidney, you give the gift of life?
I had no idea you could donate an organ while you were still alive. If I'm born with 2 healthy kidneys but only need one, and I could really improve somebody else's life, why not? When I think of giving up something I don't need in exchange for a life, it's no contest. If I had another one, I'd do it again.
Visit the National Kidney Foundation at kidney.org. Now, you know.
It's Practical Polly Radio. I've switched to cooking with healthier oils. So now what do I do with all these tubs of lard? Skinny jeans feeling too tight? A bit of lard on your hips and thighs and those pants slide on like a dream. So there's no need for that lard to go to waste. But get your best heart-healthy trade-up with healthier oils like canola, olive, or other vegetable oils, which can actually lower your chances for heart disease. Learn more at heart.org/facethefats. Canola Info is the national supporter of the American Heart Association's Face the Fats campaign.
We got Dan Patrick.
B.
Doug Gottlieb.
B.
The Odd Couple.
B.
And Colin Cowherd.
A. Well, what did you expect? I mean, he is the one giving the grades.
I'm filing a protest already.
Thank you for joining us on 104.9 Fox Sports Upstate.
Think of the listeners and the viewers, Fritzy. All right? Stop putting yourself first.
The content is solid.
We love listeners.
A.
Available anywhere you are on the iHeartRadio app,
Alexa,
or on your smart device.
Another great song selection by the one, the only, Trey Falco. I saw that guy live. It's Aaron Lewis of Stained. One of the weirdest shows I've ever seen.
Really?
I don't know what the burr in his bonnet was that night, but man alive, it was bizarre. He swore at somebody in the audience. It was weird. It
feels
weird.
like a Stained concert. Okay.
I greatly prefer him by himself.
Yeah.
Stained to me is, if I ever get really depressed, I'll listen to Stained. Until that time, which hasn't happened in a long time.
Yeah.
It'll be a while until I listen to another one of your songs, because every one of them make me just laugh.
Yeah.
I either need a nap or a good cry. It's overtime, 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. I believe we have a caller on line one. This is Mr. Randy. What can we do for you tonight, Randy?
How's it going, Jeremy? I was calling to talk to you about the MVP race. I tuned in like halfway through the program. I'm sure you guys touched on it earlier, but I'm wondering more like philosophically, in this day and age of kind of the mobile quarterback, do you think it should be held more against Stafford that he brings absolutely nothing in that aspect of the game?
I don't necessarily think it should be held against him if he is just that much more prodigious throwing it. So I'm really glad you asked this question, Randy. So I did a little digging earlier, as we talked about this on my earlier show today. Bill Barnwell, who works for the competitor, but he does an article, his award picks, all of those different things. If you go Drake May, Matthew Stafford head to head, Stafford threw for more yards, considerably more touchdowns. He rushed for a yard compared to 450 for Drake May. Sorry, that 1 yard just really sticks out. He was sacked about half as much as Drake May.
Yeah.
But his QBR was 5.5 points lower. That feels kind of close.
Yeah.
Well, the wide receiver room's going to get 100% more Hall of Fame votes, too.
Oh, for sure. You got Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams compared to Stephon Diggs and Pop Douglas. To me, the most damning part of this argument, because everybody want to talk about, well, New England didn't play anybody. New England's schedule was awful.
Right.
All right, take out just the teams that the Rams and the Patriots played. Drake May's completion percentage was 5 points higher. His yards per attempt was almost a full yard higher, and his QBR was 19.3 points higher. That kills the opponent argument. You played the same guys, and Matthew Stafford was a joke by comparison.
Yeah.
And it was the Panthers. I can't remember all of the teams that actually fell into. I know the Falcons were one. The Panthers were one. There were a handful more.
Yeah.
To me, that kills the schedule argument. For me, the MVP for me has, and we argue about this every year. We had the Lamar Jackson argument, the Josh Allen argument. Is this their time? I hate that argument more than anything. Oh, it's their time. Because Matthew Stafford's 37 years old. It's his time to win this. If Matthew Stafford had been abducted by space aliens in August and Jimmy Garoppolo was the starting quarterback of the Los Angeles Rams, that team still goes 10-7. If Drake May got abducted by space aliens in August, we're talking about them at 4-13. And I really do believe that. Because Josh Dobbs, I've read that book.
The pastor
you won't like how it goes. And I get it. You can't hold who their backup quarterback is against you. But I'm looking at the rest of the roster, too. Drake's been the galvanizing force of Travion Henderson, Ramondre Stevenson, all the other pieces in New England. They've all turned back to Drake. He's the reason this team is as good as they are. And it puts that defense in a much better situation to look as good as they have looked at times. To me, it's Drake May over Matthew Stafford, and it's not all that close. Is that how the voting's going to go? Probably not, but it should.
Well, as a Patriots fan, I've got to agree with you. So thanks. I'll leave it there, and have a good rest of your night, guys.
Absolutely. We appreciate you, Randy. As always, it's just that easy. Call in lines 864-240-5480, or you can hit us with a text 864-777-9593. And our buddy JB has done just that. Got a text on the text line. Bills Patriots is his AFC Championship game.
Nice. Okay.
I don't hate that. I hate that Buffalo comes up against Jacksonville, especially after the Bills' backups just drug the Jets down the sidewalk. He also has Indiana Ole Miss for the Natty, and he's got Indiana winning. And he said Tom Brady wants Brian Flores as the head coach in Las Vegas with Brian Daboll as his OC. Brian Flores is going to be one of those really interesting cases of, depending on how you look at him.
Right.
And how you look at what the defense has done. Because that defense has been good. It's not been great.
Yeah.
And against elite quarterbacks, it's really not been great.
Yeah.
It's one thing to bring 7 guys to the line and then, we're disguising everything. Okay, do you know why everybody doesn't do that? Because guys wind up out of position quite often. And all I need is a quarterback that's real quick at disseminating what the defense is doing to absolutely pick that apart.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with anything that he said. With Brian Flores still actively suing the league, it's going to take a special kind of owner to go, that's the guy I'm attaching my franchise to.
That's fair, yeah.
In this cycle, there's not a ton of good solutions. I mean, I think Cliff Kingsbury may end up getting a job in this cycle.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick's going to get at least calls. I don't know that he'll take them. He swears that he won't. I think he'll get calls. Raheem Morris, I cannot believe he's interviewing with the Titans. There's going to be a lot of tires kicked here. I'm probably going to struggle to believe, unless we get a week down this rabbit hole and it becomes so obvious.
Right.
The name I would watch for with the Las Vegas Raiders, they were close to hiring him a year ago. Robert Saleh. Do not be surprised if Robert Saleh is the next head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. It's just a name I've heard. I know he's not a New England guy, but it's one that's been simmering for quite some time. We're running out of time, but we do have one more hot take for the week. Every coach hired to replace a fired coach in this cycle won't last 4 years.
Oh, wow.
We have really bad jobs open right now.
Yeah.
That Falcons job, to me, is one of the best ones on the market.
Yeah.
The Giants, brutal. Cleveland, horror-awful. The Raiders, horror-awful. If they didn't have the number 1 pick, I would say that job is untakeable. I'm afraid that a lot of teams in the NFL decided they wanted to be happier than happy or less sad than sad. and they're going to regret coaches they fired and others that they didn't. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. We'll be back here 7 p.m. next Monday for Overtime on Fox Sports Upstate.
Run a business and not thinking about radio? Think again. Because more people are listening to the radio on iHeart today than they were 20 years ago. And only iHeart Broadcast Radio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, social, any other media. Even twice as many teens than TikTok. And that reach means everything. Just think about the universal marketing formula. The number of consumers who hear your message times the response rate equals the results. Now let's get those results growing for your business. Radio's here now more than ever, and iHeart's leading the way. Think radio can help your business? Think iHeart. Streaming, podcasting, and radio, where the reach is real. Let us show you at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com. Or call 844-844-iHeart. One more time, just call 844-844-iHeart and get radio working for you.
New year, new ride, just in time for Daytona. Buy any new touring bike by January 31st and choose a free Stage 2 upgrade or new handlebars. Harley-Davidson in Greenville, 30 Chrome Drive in Greenville, or upstateharley.com. Let's ride into 2026.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
For contesting on the station, go to 1049foxsports.com/rules.
100 million people really love this guy?
That's called leadership.
Really? 200 million?
Aggressive leadership.
Really? Infinite number of people love this guy.
It's okay, don't be mad.
He's Colin Cowherd.
Colin Cowherd. Colin says it all the time.
And his name is said at least 4 times an hour in Straight Outta Vegas.
Colin.
Are you kidding me?
Join the billions of people that listen to The Herd right here. Weekdays at noon on 104.9 Fox Sports Upstate. He's like the book, Sports Talk for Dummies.
I know, I really am.
He makes you understand with perfect analogies.
The appetizer portion of this meal is over. Let's move to the entree.
He's Colin Cowherd.
A sports and entertainment prodigy.
And The Herd is the show that makes you smarter, not dumber, like the other shows out there.
Now, I want you to think about that for a second.
Listen to The Herd with Colin Cowherd right here. Weekdays at noon on Fox Sports Upstate.
Our.
Dan Patrick's show is littered with hardware. Emmys, Marconis.
Another award coming our way.
And 4 anchors.
Wait a minute here.
The Dan Patrick Show.
That was just plain rude.
Weekdays at 9 a.m. on Fox Sports Upstate.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
What if we got rewarded for every good decision?
Dinner. Meal needs a vegetable. Check.
Amazing.
Vegetables cooked with a healthier oil instead of butter?
Fantastic. Replacing bad fats with healthier fats like those in canola or vegetable oil is good for your heart. Take up the challenge for good health because the you of the future will say,
fantastic!
Visit heart.org/facethefats. Canola Info proudly supports the American Heart Association's Face the Fats campaign.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeart Radio app. From the Ingalls studio, this is WROO-FM Malden, 104.9 Fox Sports Upstate, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.